Oh, let's do the ban me. We're gonna do some of these. These are some guys who are against the Stop Islam hashtag.
This guy in particular has made several videos that I've wanted to do, and it's just been like everybody else does them, so it's just meh.
Yeah, that's why we do them here. Yeah, this guy sucks.
First off, I want to say to
oh god, yes.
He's
got a totally sweet gamer chair. Can't you tell he's totally sweet?
Oh wait, you lost me, Hagbard. You lost me.
Oh no! Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Boom.
Boom. We're reenacting John Madden now.
Jesus.
Okay, Derpy McDerperson, let's do this.
Belgium and everyone that's experienced the bombings, that wholeheartedly and with all my being, you have my condolences, and my prayers go out to you. And
However, I'm now about to make a defensive political statement in spite of the fact that you just lost people.
I'm about to defend the ideology that you were killed in the name of. But don't worry, I'm with you, bro.
I'm totally with you. I'm on your side, remember.
sorry for anyone who's experiencing this thing. Let's not forget that these happen everywhere. It happened in Turkey, and it happened in Pakistan, and it happens in all these other countries.
Oh even though God. I wonder why it happens in those countries specifically.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed? In spite of the poverty, the abject poverty available in Southeast Asia, there's not a whole lot of terror attacks going on where there aren't Muslims in Southeast Asia. I'm just saying.
There's just this outrage that, like, oh, how dare you acknowledge the attack in Brussels over the attacks in Turkey? It's
because frankly, it's new.
Yeah, like attacks
of Muslims.
We're not surprised by attacks in Africa or the Middle East.
Yeah, they've been doing it for decades. They won't stop. What do you want us to do about that? But
what's newsworthy is when that kind of mentality carries over to a place that is like as peaceful as it gets. That's when it's alarming.
Yeah, it's an absurd notion. It's like, well, why are we talking about the new terrorist attacks? Why aren't we always talking about the ones that constantly go on in these predominantly Muslim regions? Well, because they always go on. The news would get old.
I do wish that would get talked about more, but I think it's too often like they won't even acknowledge the root cause of this. They'll just make excuses, and it's not understanding that feeds back into this, and it causes a continuation of the violence.
Exactly. Well, they'd much prefer to just defend themselves as opposed to understand that there actually might be something implicitly wrong going on here.
Yeah, like this guy is a Muslim. And I know it might be uncomfortable that, hey, your club has some blood in its ledger, but it's your moral obligation to address that. It's your duty to say, hey, I condemn this. I condemn this aspect of what I believe in that inspired this. And the fact that you won't is just fucking horrible.
Yeah, there's a reason why whenever you sit down with a Christian, even a modern Christian apologist, and you're like, okay, well, what about this? Yeah, we don't listen to that. Yeah, well, if it's in the Old Testament, your modern Christian will just laugh in your face. They're like, yeah, we don't follow any of that shit. As far as they're concerned,
to a certain extent, like, I can commend that, even though it's not exactly intellectually honest. I'm glad that there aren't Christians
but it's the norm,
killing people for working on the Sabbath.
Yeah, exactly, but it's the norm is what I'm saying. It's the norm of
well, that's because Christianity was in the largely reformed. Because those kinds of commands just don't make for a productive society.
No. That's why one of the reasons Italy's economy was so bad is that the Catholic Church had mandated Sundays were literally economic days. You could not work legally. You had to get a pass from the government to work on Sunday.
And that's a perfect example of a supposedly divine command that is not beneficial to your society, and so they have the common sense to do away with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have yet.
we can keep going.
Pay much attention to them for some reason. I still want to apologize to Belgium. Now, Belgium is one of my biggest fan bases. I have a lot of viewers there in Belgium.
That's not possible. You don't. There's not that many people in Belgium. It's not. They can't be a major source of your fan base.
Literally dozens of fans in Belgium.
Tens of fans. Literally tens of fans of mine are from Belgium.
And I have a lot of fans from Belgium. And believe it or not, one of my best friends is from Belgium, and his name is Jonas. And we did a video together right here, which is my video promoting peace amongst all religions through my Gangnam Style pack.
Just horrible.
Yeah, how'd that work out, buddy?
It was like
your video promoting peace did a whole lot of good, didn't it? That video you made promoting peace in Belgium, yeah, that was super helpful.
Yeah,
that really
one
helped.
video that's going to promote peace among all the Abrahamic religions.
Yeah, that turned out well.
All the solution was before us the whole time. YouTube.
Yeah, if only they had seen your comedic video about their religion, it's absolutely certain this wouldn't have happened. You lunatic.
This was years ago. And I hope he's okay. If you're okay, please let me know. Message me. I wanted to talk about the hashtag Stop Islam. It's trending worldwide right now, and it's kind of... Now, I know...
It's gross and racist.
I mean, look, this guy just wants to eat sandwiches.
Yeah, he just wants to take his kids to school and eat sandwiches. I don't know why you guys are being so gross and racist. The entire world, it's trending worldwide, and it's our problem. Remember that. Remember, that's the mindset these people have. We're saying there's a problem
about the hashtag than the attacks.
Exactly. We're saying your religious beliefs have some serious fucking backwards ideologies attached to them that you are continuing to regularly enforce, and we would prefer not to deal with that. And you're saying gross and racist. Fuck you.
Yeah, people go back in my Twitter feed. I contributed some pretty good tweets to Stop Islam.
It's just
a lot of fun. We should do it
madness.
again sometime. Maybe next terrorist attack.
Oh yeah, then probably next Tuesday when there is another terrorist attack, or today. I can almost guarantee it. Next week there will be one.
Something happening today.
I mean, for fuck's sake, man! If it's trending worldwide, it is not the world's fault. It's like Islam is the man with 14 ex-wives, and they were all bitches. Everybody's the problem, but you.
Well, it is people having this habit of trying to find external problems. Like, oh, it couldn't possibly be me. Yeah, maybe people in the world, people worldwide in many different countries have a point when they say Stop Islam.
Yeah, maybe this didn't happen in a vacuum. This didn't happen in a void. This happened because of input stimuli. Input stimuli by Muslims.
You guys did something, and the rest of us reacted. And I like how our reaction was a fucking hashtag. And
yeah.
like, oh my god.
Yeah, they didn't. Okay, now if the reaction had been that the entire southern portion of Europe had come down on the refugees with force, I would agree. That was okay. We need to have a discussion about this as an overreaction. You're crying about a hashtag. It's absurd.
Absolutely. Yeah, and nothing like that happened. There's been, in fact, whenever people like this try to point out, oh, there's been, increased violence against Muslims. Like, it's such bullshit, really.
It really
Those
is utter
stats
bullshit.
don't add up.
No, they never do. And the increased violence sometimes even includes statistics of things like, I remember one I saw had at least three of the attacks were a Muslim man attacking a Muslim woman for not wearing the hijab.
Wow.
And they were included.
You can't, when you're trying to say that, like, oh no, there's prejudice against Muslims, you can't factor in the victims of terrorism, which are primarily Muslim, at the hand of other Muslims, because that's the problem that we're pointing out.
Yeah, but it's gross and racist.
Oh yeah, clearly. Well, we can keep going, I guess.
Some of you are like, well, there's a lot of people disagreeing with it, and they're putting the hashtag, so that's why it's trending. But how did it start? It started from someone who wanted to stop Islam, and then it trended that way. And then, the people who...
No shit, you fucking retard.
Is that a point?
Yeah, hold up, Hagbard. The hashtag Stop Islam was started by someone who wanted to stop Islam.
Yeah. And that was like a mic drop for him. Like he felt happy with that. He was impressed with his own reasoning there.
How dare that person?
And then it caught on to people like me who disagree with it. So what is the solution then, guys? What is the solution if hashtag Stop Islam is trending? That means you guys want to stop Islam, right? Donald Trump is having a field day.
Oh shit.
Well, again, he's just really bothered by this phrasing, isn't he? He appears to be just like totally offended by the concept that we would want to stop the spread of a political religious ideology.
So butthurt.
There's this thing trending, and I'm gonna do it. Sorry. There's this thing trending, and it's Stop Hitler, and it's totally offensive to the German people.
You know, it's weird because I can't even relate. Like, Ken Ham's always tweeting out shit like atheists suck. Like, who cares?
I couldn't fucking care less. That's like that's like when Milo says stuff like that. It's like, yeah, he also likes circumcision because he likes sucking circumcised dick. That doesn't make his reasoning good.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean anything because I think it's because people in the secular community don't really identify much with it. It's not a doctrine. It's not dogmatic. It's just it's the lack of that. So who cares if we're insulted? We know that we're in the right. Sounds like.
Oi.
Yeah, you were having some mic issues.
Something just blew out on this, but luckily it's a used rig. Moving right along.
We're all good.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Because now he has renewed his Muslim ban on Muslims. Because
His Muslim ban on Muslims. Yeah, that is like a Muslim to ban other Muslims. That is pretty normal. So it's funny you would have that slip of the tongue.
This guy has just the most superfluous speech pattern.
Tell me how the Sunni feel about the Shia.
Listen, tell me about this Muslim ban.
On Muslims.
Well, it's a ban on Muslims.
Yes, it's a Muslim ban on Muslims, obviously. Genius.
So bad.
because of what happened in Belgium, using it as another excuse to talk crap about Muslims and why we should ban them and treat them like animals and put tags on them.
He just wants to talk crap about us.
Oh, let's go tag a Muslim. What do you say? You trank
like
them?
There's some like fucking endangered species.
Yeah, you see what you do is
into the woods.
What you do is you wait outside of mosques and you trank them, and then you run up and you take the tag gun and you tag their ear, and then you clip the other ear so that anybody observing will know not to shoot. That's a tagged animal. So it's a safe Muslim. We're trying to help you, sir. We're trying to tag you as a safe Muslim.
Wow.
So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say something that you guys will never expect coming from a Muslim like myself. You guys want to hashtag stop Islam? Fine. Okay. We will show you how much we are willing to work with you to stop these terrorists because they have nothing to do with Islam. I've tried so...
That's the argument we're dealing with here?
You've already failed. You're already useless.
2 minutes in and you're already garbage.
Like, it's... And I like how he says, like, I have no... You can have the hashtag stop Islam. Then what have you been bitching about for 2 minutes, dude?
Well, no, beyond that, thank you for allowing us that. Because you feel that's your privilege to allow us to do that.
I was groveling on my hands and knees. Please, random YouTube Muslim guy. I need permission to tweet.
Well, what's the alternative? If you didn't allow it, were you gonna bomb someone?
Listen, guys, you can do this. It's fine. We won't be bombing anyone yet. We're good.
Many times. I think I've done everything. I've done shows, videos, I've done movies, I've done webisodes, I've done...
And note, none of it's worked.
Webisodes. Like, these things, like, oh, great, you made content, but is that really activism? Like, I think we have a skewed sense of what activism even is now.
No, these people do. These people have a skewed sense. I actually know some functioning modern activists that actually do things every goddamn day.
Like, I tweeted or I made a video on my channel, activism. Like, no, that's not activism. It's not really
masturbation.
Helpful.
Just understand that. It's masturbation. It's not activism.
Events and talks where I am denouncing publicly all these things that terrorists do and...
Well, luckily you doing that made those terrorists feel ashamed of their actions and they didn't bomb Brussels. Wait.
Like, I don't like this attitude, like, give me a cookie and a pat on the back for denouncing terrorism. Like, no, that's a given. That's what I require. That's a requirement from a sane, rational person.
Yeah, I mean, you do realize we're all currently denouncing terrorism. We just do it naturally. It just comes to us naturally to denounce terrorism.
It naturally offends me. And what's even more important is that we denounce the root cause of terrorism, and we don't try to make excuses that perpetuate that terrorism.
Fucking moron.
Trying to show people that has nothing to do
This guy, like, it's this attitude like, oh, I helped terrorism. And it's this cognitive dissonance where I think he legitimately is fooled by his own bullshit. Like, he really thinks that there's no connection and that he is not doing anything wrong. He's the good guy. And that's madness.
Yeah, he absolutely feels like he's the good guy.
Oh my god.
Islam. I've done everything. I've done every single thing. So now there is one thing left, and that is to give in to Mr. Donald Trump. You guys want us to help and show you that we are against terrorism?
We don't support Donald Trump's. And this is something I was even tweeting about yesterday. Like, Donald Trump, the appeal of Donald Trump is he points out real problems. Like, illegal immigration is a real problem. Islamism in Europe and America is a real problem. He just has really shitty solutions to those problems. Yeah. But him calling out these problems that people don't want to talk about is resonating with a lot of people, and I can see that. But just because we happen to be noticing the same problem that Donald Trump is noticing does not mean we support his policies.
No, it's not really functional.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Fine, I will.
This is part of, like, Cenk Uygur is doing this to Sam Harris a lot too. Like, if you say anything bad about Islam, we're going to group you in with Donald Trump. And it's such a ridiculous straw man. It's an easy straw man to make because everyone hates Donald Trump. And it's just not at all realistic or based in reality in any way.
Yeah, no, it's based on wanting. It's based on desire. It's not based on reality.
Into Donald Trump.
Oh god.
Donald Trump, I will accept your Muslim ban.
As though you could do anything if it happens.
Look, Donald, hands up. I'm coming out peacefully. And Donald Trump comes up and he's like, "You're fired."
I can't believe I'm saying that right now. Yeah, I just said that. I will accept your Muslim ban. Let's see what it does for America. Let's see if it actually does help America. In the end.
So, if we lost less than 1% of our population and didn't gain anyone from a war-torn region, yeah, I wonder what that would do for America.
Somehow that would potentially make America worse, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't even know how.
Make America worse again.
I don't understand how he could even possibly believe that shit.
And it might actually help us Muslims. It might make these terrorists who are trying to use Islam from actually ruining Islam, thus making us Muslims look bad. So it might actually work out.
Did he just have a rational thought, even though he's being ironic?
It's so hard to tell because it's such a word soup of bullshit. But once again, yeah, no, it's not the terrorists who make you guys look bad. Like, that's just really, that's adding insult to injury.
That's the one issue. There's many issues with the way
a lot of people
that
make a bigger deal about terrorism than it probably is, given the wide spectrum of issues. But it's something that really hits close to home for a lot of us.
Exactly. It's so bizarre for them to be like, oh yeah, it's just the terrorism. Like, no, that's one aspect.
And it's more of that, like, egotistical narcissism. Like, look, they are making us look bad. I would look wonderful if it wasn't for these terrorists. I would look like a fucking cherub.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is that he's an American Muslim. He's a westernized Muslim. He was born and raised in the United States, it appears. Or at least was, he's clearly an affluent upper middle class.
Modern person, sure.
Yeah. And I mean, to say that he is representative of Islam as a whole is as laughable as saying that even a terrorist is representative of Islam as a whole. We're dealing with
these aspects. I'm pretty sure everything in this room is haram.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every single fucking thing.
Yeah, pretty much. For all intents and purposes, I would imagine the vast majority of the things that he's doing right now are not
His
allowed.
bling is haram.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, ISIS is found ways to bend the rules, so...
Yeah, who would have thunk religious people cherry picking? That's such a new thing.
Novel concept, right?
You know what? I'll go for it.
You know what? I'm done with you.
Yep.